Hey guys, welcome to Season 2, Episode 1 of the Minigame Only Ironman, the series where I progress my count using only minigames. At this point in the series, I've just completed Phase 1 of my count, which was culminating into the goal of obtaining the Fire Cape. So that's done, and here's a bit of a summary of what was done in Season 1. So now that I've achieved this goal of Fire Cape, I'm officially in the second phase of this account. And this phase is essentially centered around me unlocking and defeating the Gauntlet. And the goal for this season specifically is to defeat the Corrupted Gauntlet and get that Gauntlet Cape. So it's going to be really tough. I'm going to have to complete Song of the Elves using only mini-games to get my skills up and get items. So yeah, I think that's going to be really interesting. The road ahead is definitely full of challenges. Some of them I have been planning for a while, but some of them will probably be unexpected. But yeah, I think this is going to be a really fun season, so without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is the In Search of the Myrick quest, and the reason why I'm doing this quest is because the temple trekking minigame is locked behind it, along with a couple other quests, which I will be doing afterwards. But fun fact, 4 of the 8 skills that I need for Song of the Elves, I actually need to do temple trekking for, in some way or another. So I'm starting up with In Search of the Myrick. I have all the items that I need here. I have all the requirements. These were all obtained either from Cyclops or from Shades of Morton at some point. I don't remember how we got the nails, but I know we got those in one of the first episodes. Anyways, I will be doing that quest. Alright, so there's In Search of the Myrick done, a lot faster than I thought it would be. So now I'm just going to move right on to In Aid of the Myrick. It looks a little bit harder, and I think I have all the items. I might have to go make a couple planks, but everything else I'm pretty sure is either something that I already have or something that is really easy to make. Alright, so there's In Aid of the Myrick done. This one was a bit longer than I thought it was going to be actually, but a really good one to get done because now I've got access to a bank in Bergdarat, which is going to make Shades of Morton a lot easier. And I do believe that I have access to half of the temple trekking minigame now. Okay, yeah, cool. So I can start the minigame here and go to Canopus, and then every 20 minutes I can teleport back. I'm not going to do this because it's not efficient. I'm going to go ahead and do the Darkness of Hallavale quest. I don't remember what requirements it has. I'm pretty sure I don't have all the requirements. I think there's a couple things I gotta go do first. So I'm going to go do those requirements now, and then we're going to get started on that quest. Alright, so I actually missed the game message, but I did finish Darkness of Hallavale. I just had to get myself 5 construction for the quest using the trees from pest control, and I did have to use a saw, which I bought from the lumber mill, the sawmill, and that's fine. Like, I'm allowed to do this because it's the only way that I can ever train construction, but that's all I had to do. So now that I'm finished with Darkness of Hallavale, I now have complete unlock access to temple trekking, which is really huge because I need that minigame for 3 skills for the Song of the Elves quest. So the first one is woodcutting. Currently, my best XP for woodcutting was the 17 trees in pest control, which don't grow back, unfortunately. But now that I have temple trekking, there is a room in there with trees, and they do grow back, and I can light them on fire and just keep using them. So that's going to be my best XP for woodcutting. Next is 70 mining and 70 smithing. So I'm actually going to be doing volcanic mine for these, but there is a 50 mining requirement for volcanic mine, so I'm going to have to do the mining XP tomes from temple trekking first to have access to volcanic mine until level 50, I believe it is. So those are the 3 main things that I'm going to need from temple trekking. Also, it just gives a lot of really good rewards. Like, I did one run during the quest and I managed to get the lumberjack top and some bowstrings, so that's really nice. But yeah, temple trekking unlocked, very good minigame, and yeah, I'm not sure which one I'm going to work on now, but let's start working on those requirements. So one thing that I think is actually interesting is that I'm just here training my woodcutting and firemaking in the Shades of Morton instance of temple trekking, and I guess these trees are like real trees because there's such thing as like fake trees. Like, the trees in pest control are fake trees. That means that they don't drop clue scrolls and they don't have a chance of the pet. But I just got a clue, or sorry, I mean a clue nest. I just got a clue nest, or a bird's nest rather, from one of these trees. So that means that I could get the pet here, but also I can get some clues and some bird's nests, which I do need bird's nests eventually. But it's definitely cool to get some clues. So definitely gonna enjoy training here in this spot. This should be a pretty good spot for macro efficiency wise. Alright, so the last clip was actually 10 months ago at this point. I did not quit the account, but school, work, pandemic, and just other accounts were taking up my time. That being said, I never stopped playing this account. I've actually been AFKing at the blast furnace anytime I had the chance. In fact, I've actually spent the last about 1,000 hours or so pumping at the blast furnace, getting strength XP. And so finally, the big reveal. I achieved 97 strength. So I decided to stop at this level for a few reasons, but mainly 97 strength is the level at which I get my max hit for the gauntlet, and with my max strength setup that I was planning to use to train my other skills. But also 99 strength is around 200 hours away at this point, and it's already December and I want to start pumping out some videos, so there's really no point in me going past this at this point. But yeah, I ended up getting 97 strength, 10.6 million XP, and at 10 to 11,000 XP per hour. This was a 1,000 hour journey. I never thought I'd get to this point, but here we are. I can't wait to start putting this to work and start doing some combat with it. But yeah, for now, let's start working on some Song of the Elves requirements. So I think the first requirement I'm going to go for is agility. It'll help me out with the other skills, and I could do Brimhaven agility, but actually one of these slightly newer minigames offers better agility XP and much better rewards, and that is the Hallowed Sepulchre. There's actually a lot of interesting things about this minigame and things I need from it, but for now it's just agility experience, and to unlock access to the Sepulchre I need to finish the Sins of the Father quest, and I'm only missing, I believe, 3 skills for this quest. Yeah, I'm missing woodcutting, fletching, and slayer. So I can get both slayer and woodcutting from temple trekking. Slayer at 50 is going to be just from the tomes, and I can also chop the trees inside until 62. But 60 fletching is going to be a bit more complicated, and I do have a plan for this, but I will get back to that later. So for now I'm just going to do some temple trekking and work on getting 50 slayer, and it should also get me some nice levels in the other stats as well. Alright, so I finally got my last Slayer tome that I need, so there we go. 50 Slayer has been achieved, and on the way to getting this, this took about 15 to 20 hours, so I honestly really don't understand how Settled got 85 Slayer here. That's just absolutely insane. But on the way to 50 Slayer, I got a couple interesting things. So first of all, I did hit 50 mining, which means I have the requirement to start Volcanic Mine, which is nice. I'll have to do a bit of that later. What else? I hit 60 woodcutting, which means, if you guys remember, I think it was episode 4 or 5, I got a master clue that required me to get in the woodcutting guild. Well anyways, I went and tried that and I had to drop the next step, so I figured there was no point showing that. But also I got, I think it was, well I also did train some woodcutting. I spent about 20 hours chopping the trees. So yeah, I got almost to 62. I'm really close to having that requirement left, which means the only requirement left is level 60. I think I ended up making like 70,000 javelin shafts, because my next goal is probably going to be at some point to make some sort of bars with mining and smithing, to then fletch the javelin shafts, and I can't really get arrows, so javelins were my best option. And on the way there, I think I got like 4 or 5 clue nests, easy clue nests, and I did all the easy clues. There was only one that actually got something interesting, and unfortunately I wasn't recording, and that was the ham bone, the ham joint from clues. So that's kind of cool. It's a 3-tick weapon with no stats. I don't think I'll ever have a use for it, but it is kind of interesting. So yeah, I think now the only requirement I have left to start Sins of the Father is the fletching requirement and one more woodcutting level. So I'm gonna go try to figure out that fletching level. Alright, so this next part is going to be pretty important to discuss, and it's based on what I'm going to have to do to unlock the Volcanic Mine. So I definitely want to unlock the Volcanic Mine, and I have every right to, because it is a minigame, and I'm a minigame locked account. I can do anything I need to unlock minigames. But what am I supposed to do when there's many different paths I can take to unlocking that minigame? So the Volcanic Mine requires 3 things. First of all, it requires 50 mining. I have that. Second, it requires building the museum camp, which will give me 5 fossils and 2 kudos. And next, it requires 150 kudos. So this is where the dilemma comes in, and it's how do I get my kudos? So I've already done the dig site finds, the quiz, and a couple quests to get 100 kudos. That's what I needed to get access to Fossil Island at first. Now I have 3 options left for getting the remaining 42 kudos. I can do more quests, and I have 45 available kudos from that. I can do Fossil Island displays. I have 72 kudos available from that. And I can do the Camdozol relics. I have 5 available from that. I think it would make the most sense to not cherry pick what I'm doing and just pick one of the 3 and do all of my kudos from that. And I decided I'm not going to be doing any fossils, and the reason for that is it would be too much of a cop-out in my opinion, because of all the ways to get fossils, pretty much all of them get you a lot of XP in skills that I normally would struggle with or would need. And I feel like if I ended up getting 42 kudos from just fossils, well, first of all, you get something like 80k worth of XP lamps, which, you know, I could use for Herblore, which would make a really big difference. I just feel like that would give me too much XP. It'd be too much of a cop-out. I'd be doing too many things that are not minigames, right? The quest seems like the best option to me, because I already have a lot of precedent for doing quests to unlock minigames. Most minigames, or at least a lot of minigames, are locked behind quests, so it just makes sense. Especially since a lot of these minigames, in a sense, unlock things from other minigames. The ones with bosses unlock things for Nightmare Zone, for example, and some of them unlock things in other ways. So if we take a bit of a deeper look at the quests, I get 45 kudos from them, which means it would put me at 143. And I could also use the 2 kudos from the fossils I get from building the museum camp, but I feel like the best thing to do there, it would just be to drop the fossils that the guy gives me when I finish the museum camp, because you don't need to actually claim the fossil to get that 2 kudos. So I would only be getting my kudos from quests. And if I do all of these quests here, it would put me at 143. There is technically another quest, which is the Camdozol quest, which would give me 5 kudos. I don't want to do this one because it's kind of similar to kudos in a sense that getting all of these 5 ancient pieces would give you a bunch of like mining or fishing experience while you're gathering them. So I don't want to do that. I want to do the quests. And I haven't looked too much at all of them. I have looked at them, but not very, very in depth. Most of them don't really unlock that much. There are some like little useful things which are going to become useful in the future. But the main useful thing, really, is this, the Curse of the Empty Lord. And it gets a little bit of a gray area here, because the Curse of the Empty Lord is a quest, or mini quest, that comes after Desert Treasure. However, you don't actually need to finish Desert Treasure to unlock access to this mini quest. So it becomes sort of like a, should I finish Desert Treasure? And I haven't really made that decision yet myself, because this would mean unlocking Ancients. I feel like early on in the account there's no reason to do this, so that's the way I'm leaning for now. And there's also a chance that I might need to do Death Plateau for this, which would mean unlocking climbing boots, which is not as big of a deal. However, the big thing here is that if I ever want to do the Inferno, unlocking Ancients is going to be very, very useful and probably needed, because I don't see myself being the type of person who could finish the Inferno without Ancients. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to not finish Desert Treasure for now, do these quests for all the kudos to get 150 kudos for access to Volcanic Mine, and once I've gotten my account to the point where I can do the Inferno and I'm ready for the Inferno, the last thing I will do before jumping in the Inferno will be to finish Desert Treasure and unlock Ancients. I feel like this would be the most fair way to do it. And it also gives me the chance to recant on this later on and not unlock Ancients if I find another way of doing the Inferno. At least that I think could be doable. So I think this is what I'm going to do for now. I'm going to do all of these quests, and I don't think there's going to be anything crazy out of this, but I'm going to do these quests. I will get a little bit of XP, but it's nothing really crazy. And when I'm done that, I will have 150 kudos. I will build the museum camp, which I believe requires 29 construction, which is fine. I've got a ton of planks. And then I can get started on Volcanic Mine to get 70 mining, which is a requirement for Song of the Elves, but more importantly, it will give me a lot of ores to make bars, to get 60 fletching, to do Sins of the Father, to get my agility to level up. So this is what the goal of this video is, to complete Sins of the Father and get 70 agility at Hallowed Sepulchre. That is the first requirement I'm working on. So let's go start working on these quests. And sorry for that clip being a little long, a little bit of a rant. Alright, and there's Demon Slayer completed. The hardest part for this one was actually getting the 25 bones. It took me actually honestly like 2 hours getting 25 bones from the temple trekking minigame. I just had to keep killing those zombies. But I got a lot of coal from it anyway, so it wasn't too bad. In the last clip, I think I said 143 kudos. I was mistaken. It's 153 kudos from doing all the quests, so whatever it was, doing all the quests will give me all the kudos. And so I figured after every quest I would just kind of say what that quest unlocks for me and why, or if it even is a big deal. This one was pretty tame. It's literally just this sword, so I can drop that sword and this quest pretty much unlocks nothing. So yep, let's move on to the next quest. Alright, so there's Merlin's Crystal done. This one had no requirements, so I didn't have to do anything for it. I just had to get these couple items and Excalibur. It's pretty much the only unlock, and I don't think I'll ever need it. So yeah, just dropping all of that. So again, another quest with no unlocks. I think next is the Observatory quest, which is another one which doesn't really unlock anything. Yeah, so just some easy kudos, so I will do that one next. Alright, so there's Observatory quest done. The only rewards from this one were a bit of crafting XP, which probably saves me about 10 minutes of crafting, so not a big deal. The Super Strength Potion, which would be kind of useful probably for boss, and this Uncut Sapphire, but we will be dropping them, of course, because they are a quest reward, not from a minigame. Alright, so next will be the Temple of Ikov. Alright, so I missed the message, but I did finish Temple of Ikov. In terms of items, this doesn't give us anything. I did get a nice bit of XP. Actually, it will help a little bit towards fletching. I get 2 levels, so no way around that, unfortunately. But I did get these, so I'll drop these ice arrows and the pendants. Other than that, though, didn't get any items for that quest. Now I think all the rest of the quests all have requirements. The easiest one is probably What Lies Below with 35 rune crafting, so I'm probably just going to go use some of the essence I have at the ZMI altar, or probably just one of the random altars, get 35 rune crafting real quick, and then go do that quest. Alright, so there's What Lies Below done. I had to get 35 rune crafting for this quest, and let me tell you, that was not fun. It took like over an hour easily. Definitely not going to be training any rune crafting until that new mini game for rune crafting comes out. But other than that, I did have to do Enter the Abyss, the mini quest. To access the Abyss to do this quest, there was no other way for me to access the Chaos Altar. So I did get that experience. I dropped the small pouch, and I also get this experience, which is going to be nice for rune crafting in the future, but nothing crazy. And I do end up getting this beacon ring, which I unfortunately have to destroy, even though it is my best in slot magic ring. But besides that, this quest also unlocks King Rolled in Nightmare Zone, so it's actually a pretty good quest to finish. And I do need to keep this book this is the book that gives me the 5 kudos when I hand it in, so I should be getting pretty close. I think there's only like 3 or 4 quests left. One of them is Making History, which I'm going to do next. The other one is Tale of Two Cats, which has decently high requirements, and then I'm going to do the Curse of the Anti-Lord, which has a lot of requirements as well. But for now, I'm going to do Making History. Alright, so there's the Making History quest done. No requirements for this one, is pretty quick. interesting XP, nothing really that useful. I'm gonna destroy this key because I don't need it. Alright, so now there's only 2 quest lines left for kudos. There's the Tale of Two Cats, which I have to do Gertrude's cat and Florin's little helper. The second one of those is going to be a bit harder, but I guess I'll get started with Gertrude's cat, and then I can finish up with Curse of the Empty Lord. So I'm actually doing Fishing Trawler now because I need to get a sardine for the Gertrude's cat quest. So let's see what we can get here. Right, so no sardines, but I will keep trying to get a sardine. Alright, let's try again. For each item roll, I get a 0.8% chance to get a sardine. Let's see what we can get. Oh, I got the hat, but no sardines. So let's put that in the bank and try again. And no sardine. No sardine. Nope. Alright, no sardines, and unfortunately now I hit 50 fishing, which means that the chance of getting sardines has gone down to 0.2% per roll, which is really not good, but I do need it for this quest, and this is the only way I can get it, so I'm just gonna have to stay here until I get it. Nope. No sardines. Nope. 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 No sardine. No sardine. Nope. No. Nope. 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 But I did get anchovies, which are pretty rare. Nope. 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 No. Ooh, nice. We got the third piece of the outfit, but we still need sardines, so let's keep going. Nope. 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 No sardine. Nope. No. 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 Oh, there we go. We got the last piece. So now that I've actually got the full set, I think I'm going to just stop recording these treks, the rewards, and then I'm just going to post it when I'm just going to record it when I do get the sardine. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Ladies and gentlemen, it happened. It was only about 3, I think, trawls after the last one. Well, anyways, this took probably like 50 total trawls, but thank God we finally got the raw sardine. I'm really happy I got it, but now that I got that, I can start the Gertrude's cat quest. This took probably about 5 or 6 hours, I would say. Alright, there we go. I missed the message, but I finished Gertrude's cat. Finally, definitely didn't expect to get a 5 or 6 hour little detour there to get the sardine, but it was fun, so I'm glad I did that. So from this quest, I ended up getting a chocolate cake, a stew, and a kitten. So I can get rid of all of that except for the kitten because I do need this for the next quest, which is Explorin's Little Helper. I don't think there's any requirements for it, but some of the items I might need to get spend a bit of time getting. But besides that, finally Gertrude's cat out of the way, and let's move on to the next quest. So one of the interesting things about the Shades of Morton minigame is that when you get your sanctity up at the altar, you can actually create Serum 208 by using Serum 207 on the altar, which is made with Tyromans. And once you get this, you can, as part of the minigame, use the serum on the villagers to get some useful items. And some pretty interesting useful items you can get, but the main thing I'm interested in is the herbs. So this might actually be part of my meta in the future about how I will get 70 herb lore. But for now, the main reason was I wanted to get some willow logs, because they can actually give logs up to maple. And I do need 1 willow log for Florin's Little Helper. So yeah, this is where I came to get it, and I just thought that was kind of interesting, so might be seeing more of these guys in the future, especially for herb lore. Alright, so there's Florin's Little Helper completed. I don't think I need this canopic jar, but the only thing that we do get from this quest is the Cat Speak Amulet, which I do need for the Tale of Two Cats quest, which is the second last quest that I need to get all the kudos. I also got a bit of experience, and I don't remember which skills, but it wasn't anything too crazy. Tale of Two Cats has quite a few items required for it. I don't know if I have all of them, but I'm gonna go take a look at that, and if I have all of them, I'm gonna go get started on my quest. So let me just say, there's definitely no cutting corners in the series. So I was looking at the required items for the next quest, the Tale of Two Cats, and 3 of them stuck out. So the first one was a chocolate cake, which I can get from Gourmet Inklings, not too bad. The next is 4 potato seeds, which I apparently can get from Pest Control Seed Pack, so that's not going to be a big deal. And the third one was a tinderbox, which normally tinderbox I would just, get from a general store. It's not a big deal. I lost my previous tinderbox. Actually, the previous quest stole it from me. But I was looking into it, and I can get tinderboxes from the Rogue's Den minigame from Rogue's Kits. They can be turned into tinderboxes. So, if I can get a tinderbox from a minigame, I'm gonna get a tinderbox from a minigame, right? No cutting corners for this. So I'm gonna go ahead and go play a bit of Pest Control, get those potato seeds, the chocolate cake, and then I'll be good to go to start the Tale of Two Cats for the next 5 kudos. Alright, so I did miss the message, but I finished the Tale of Two Cats quest, and I think I've dropped everything, but I will destroy this nurse's hat as well. The kitten and the amulet, I'm just going to hold on to them because I don't know if I do need them for other quests. The only reward that we got was a bit of Herbal XP through lamps. So now that I've done this, I've got all of the kudos quests that I need, except for one, which is the Curse of the Empty Lord. So that one's got quite a few pre-requirements, including starting Desert Treasure. So I'm going to go work on those now. For this quest, the pre-required items, I spoke about them in the last clip, but the potato seeds took about an hour to get a Pest Control, and the bucket of milk, I did have to go get that from the Gnome Restaurant shop. So the shop in the Grand Tree is part of the minigame because you require that shop to actually play the minigame. So I do have access to all of the things in that shop. So that's how we did that. So yeah, I'm going to go start working on the Empty Lord pre-requirements. Alright, so one thing that I do think is worth mentioning is that this is the quest art for Desert Treasure, and I can't actually start it because I don't have all of the quest requirements, such as the Death Plateau, the Tourist Trap, Waterfall Quest, Troll Stronghold. So I have all the skill requirements, so I know it's not that. Because I need to start Desert Treasure in order to do Curse of the Empty Lord, I will definitely have to do these quests. So Waterfall Quest is going to give us a bit of interesting combat XP. Tourist Trap I think unlocks the ability to make darts, and Troll Stronghold unlocks climbing boots, but we won't be able to use the one from the quest obviously, but you can actually get climbing boots from Last Man Standing, so I will essentially unlock the ability to wield those, which is going to be a nice strength bonus. So I'm going to go work on these quests, and then I'll be able to start Desert Treasure to get the Ring of Visibility to do the Curse of the Empty Lord, and then we'll be able to do Volcanic Mine to get 70 mining and 60 fletching to do Sins of the Father to do Hallowed Sepulchre. Alright, so unfortunately I was taking a look at the Tourist Trap requirements, and one of the items needed is 30 to 50 feathers. It is possible to get feathers from minigames, and only from one place. There's only one place that I can get feathers from, which is Barbarian Assault, and it is a 1 in 32 from the gambles. So that means I'm probably going to have to be spending a lot of time at Barbarian Assault. As you all know, feathers is one of the hard to obtain items for me, which is why I'm making javelins for fletching. So what this means is I'm going to have to be spending a lot of time at Barbarian Assault, which is not an issue for me, but the current schedule that I'm working with has put me a bit in a crunch in terms of hours, and the new leagues, the Shattered Relics leagues, is actually coming out tomorrow, in 2 days actually. So I really want to get this video out, and I know this video is actually getting kind of long. So my plan was to unlock the Hallowed Sepulchre by this video, but a lot of things ended up taking a lot longer than expected, especially sardines. I wouldn't have predicted that anytime. But yeah, so this video is getting kind of long, so I think actually I'm going to call it here. This will be the end of the video, and in the next video, which you can expect probably in February or March, but I'm not going to make any promises. Know how that went down the last time I did that. But yeah, you probably should expect the video in the next couple months. And in the meantime, I will work on the further requirements to unlock the Hallowed Sepulchre in the next video. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. This will be the end of this video, and I will see you guys on the next video.